Hello, hey, welcome to Tyler with the K. Nailed it. Okay, hello. I actually have a K on my shirt today. But, anyway, this is an impromptu video. Haven't done this kind of thing in a while, as in an impromptu video. Last time, I think, was like the books I'm currently reading, which came out. I don't even know when. It's all a blur. But you can watch it now, because I know it's out somewhere. But today is the first day of Black History Month. That's right, it's February 1st. Hopefully this will be coming out later on February 1st, if things go according to plan. This is going to be out probably before my January wrap-up, which is interesting, I guess. I haven't filmed that yet. I hope to film like right after I finish filming this video, but I was just sitting there in class, and I realized I should make a video about Black History Month. But yeah, I just thought about it for a few minutes, and I came up with a list of 6 books that I think you should read for Black History Month. Keep in mind, these aren't necessarily books about Black history. It's a book written by a Black person about Black people. That's basically it. But these books, I wouldn't say are all near and dear to my heart, but literally 3 of these books are on my favorite ever book list, or they were. I put them off for this video, but yeah, no particular order. Maybe I'll go alphabetically. I'll do alphabetically, why not? I'm trying to, as I continue making so many videos, not so many, but as I continue making videos, I'm going to try to not recommend the same book multiple times, right? So I have some repeats, but most of these are books that I haven't mentioned up to this point, even if I filmed the video mentioning them. That's a bit of a spoiler for a future video. You'll get it when you get it. As in you understand the reference soon enough whenever the video comes out. Okay, I've now put them in alphabetical order. I have 5 physical copies and 1 I don't have a copy of. Yeah. But yes, we are going to start. As I mentioned a few seconds ago, at least it feels like a few seconds ago, these books are all written by Black people about Black people, and that's basically all that defines all these books. But yeah, it's Black History Month, we might as well make it about us. Okay, the first one is called Black Enough, edited by E.B. Zeboyd. This is a collection of short stories written by all Black authors, mostly YA authors. And each of them has created characters, or a character, that the short story focuses on. Like, subscript or whatever the term is Black Enough, stories of being young and Black in America. Although I did not really enjoy this one that much, I still think it's important to read just to get like a nice perspective on different Black stories. Also a theme in these recommendations, I am kind of done with sad things about Black people. Honestly, I mean, I still want to be informed, at least to a degree, but like, let's get more Black joy, you know? Let's get more Black people just living life and not their like main personality trait being Black, you know? So I guess that's what these books have in common too, kind of, I guess. So yeah, that's Black Enough. I don't really know what to say about it. It wasn't my favorite, but I did like a lot of, not a lot, but a few of these. One that comes to mind is the one I think written by Justina Ireland. Out of the Silence. Sorry, it's Kekla Magoon. I'm sorry, Kekla Magoon wrote it. She wrote a book called How It Went Down, which I haven't read, but I have had an interest in reading. I believe it was like a book club choice back in middle school for a book, and I just didn't choose that one, so. But yeah, that's just one example of a book that I like. Chapter, short story that I like in this, but a lot of these are good. All of them are like interesting. I actually have a video about it, which only has a few views, so you can go check it out. Be one of the few people that have watched it. Black Enough. Okay. Next we have arguably my favorite book ever. And if you are a real one, even though I barely mentioned this book on the channel, you know that it's going to be on here. And that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. This is the only book that I have 2 copies of. This is the copy that I haven't showed you on camera, I'm pretty sure. The other copy is right there. That's the first copy that I bought. I actually got a chance to read this book for the very first time when my family and I were in Ghana visiting our family, so that's pretty cool. Reading a book in the place that it takes place. It's like, is the right term meta? I don't know. But yeah, I recently got this copy because it was only $3 and no regrets. This book is about a person named Zélie Adebola, I think that's her name, living with her older brother and her father. Ooh, I haven't talked about this book in so long. I can't even remember what their home is called. I think it's a map. Orisha, that's it. It's like a fantasy novel. This is my favorite fantasy novel. I don't really like fantasy novels that much, but this was written when Tomi Adeyemi, I'm pretty sure, was like 23 or something. It flew to the top of the New York Times bestseller list. There's a movie coming out, which she's writing the screenplay for, which I'm so excited about. It's also a trilogy, and the third book is coming out later this year. It has been a long time between the second and third book. Let me look. The first one came 2018. Then it was 2 years, so 2020 I think was Virtue and Vengeance, and now 2023 is going to be Anguish and Anarchy, Children of Anguish and Anarchy. The cover hasn't been released anywhere, so unfortunately, but yeah, this book is so good. I love it so much. Short chapters, which I appreciate. It has different perspectives. There are 3 different perspectives. One is a princess of Orisha, from the perspective of the princess of Orisha. One is from Zélie, and then the brother of the princess named Inan is also perspective. I feel like a problem that I have with the book, the only problem, it's not even a problem, but something that's interesting is that I feel like Tzain, who is Zélie's older brother, he doesn't have a perspective, and I feel like that's kind of, it's not weird, but like, I feel like he's one of the main characters, and he's the only person we don't get a perspective from, but, yeah, this is such a great book. You will fly through it. I read it in like a few days the first time. I've read it one time after that. Maybe I'll make a video, when the third one comes out, and then I can like binge read the series, but, the second one was not my favorite, but the first one is perfection, I'd say. So, go ahead and read it, please. Yeah. Okay, next we have a book that's actually the next 2 books ended up being on my favorite list of 2022 books of the year. You can check out that video there. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but these books were both rereads, so I hope 2023 will bring new favorite books, because I had a lot of rereads on my favorite list, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean the books aren't great, because they are. Obviously, I mean, okay, anyway. This is Dear Martin by Nick Stone. I always describe this book as The Hate U Give done right. Not that The Hate U Give is wrong or bad in any means. I just think that book is too long and a little overhyped. And this one is just shorter and better, I would argue. I feel like this would be a cool movie. I don't know if a movie's in the works, though, but that'd be cool. I'm not sure if you consider it part of a series, but there's like a companion book called Dear Justice, which unfortunately I also did not like. But this one is good, and you should read this one. Who's the main character's name? Is it Justice? It is Justice. Justice, he goes to school in a predominantly white school, and it's just him going through life, but he also gets a first-hand account of profiling and police brutality. So this isn't all black joy, but it's still really good, and I really like it. It takes me like a day to read each time because it's just so good. I want to read more books by this author. I haven't yet, but she has a book called Jackpot and a book called Oh Well Now. I remember Jackpot's plots when I read it, although I can't remember at this time. Sounded interesting to me, so hopefully I'll be able to hop on that soon. I don't know, did she write a book in... She did, in Black Enough. Oh right, I actually remember it now. I can't remember, there isn't like a table of contents, but she wrote a book in here. I don't remember it being my favorite, but I remember it like not being bad, so... I think it was like a relationship. Yeah. Okay. Oops, just dropped the next book. The next book that I dropped is Lions of Little Rock by Kristen Levine, don't know. This is written by a white person, which is obviously fine, but also... Anyway, I like this book, and it stars an African American, so that's all the qualifications for this video. Really a black person, not African American, because Zelly, she lives in Africa, so... Okay, anyway. This is so good. This is the book that I've read the longest ago. I read this thing, I feel like, in elementary school, and it still stuck with me. I remember every single character's names. I read it over the summer, and I have like a long video where I read a lot of books that are all Numbing nominees. I'm not going to explain what that is, but I did make a video at the end of summer where I did explain what Numbing nominees are, so if you'd like to, you can watch that video instead. But, it's so... Reading it again just made me remember how much I loved it. It was on my favorite section, and it went right back on there as soon as I finished it during the summer, because this book talks about Marley and Liz. Marley is white, Liz is black. That's all I'll say. It takes place in I was going to say 60s, the 1950s. It says 1958 Little Rock, Arkansas. Like, so during the time of Little Rock 9, characters in this book I really don't like, and characters in this book I really like, so it makes you feel, we can say. Yeah, I don't want my memory card to run out, so I need to go to the next book. Sure, I'll Be Your Black Friend by Ben Philippe. Also have a video for this one. Okay. So before I talk about this book, another book that he wrote, which is called Field Guide to the North American Teenager, is a Numbing nominee, and I was considering putting that book on this list instead. I probably should have, because honestly I feel like I like that book more than this one. Oops. Anyway, this book is like a memoir-ish. It's Sure I'll Be Your Back Friend. The subscript or whatever is Notes from the Other Side of the Fist Bump. It just talks about Ben Philippe's experience as being an African American. He's currently, I'm pretty sure at least for season 2, I'm pretty sure, was a writer for the Hulu show Only Murders in the Building, and he got nominated for like a Writers Guild Award, which is pretty cool. I knew him before Only Murders in the Building, I can say. But yeah, I feel like, I guess I just wanted this book to be more informational. It was basically just him telling about his life, so it was fine, but like, not that memorable. But I do have a video about it, so you can check out my more in-depth thoughts in that video. And then finally we have, second to finally, we have a book called Swing by Kwame Alexander. Now, I mentioned, I think, in my favorites list of 2022, a book also written by Kwame Alexander called Solo, but I decided to bring this book out instead, because honestly, I like this book more than I like Solo. They take place kind of in the same universe, but they both have like an African-American main boy character, but like they never interact, the two main characters, but there's like a character that actually is in both of the books. This book is so good. It is in the format called verse, which is similar to like a poem. If you can focus, that'd be nice. So yeah, it's a very quick read because of that reason. The ending hits you. It hits you. Yeah, this book, I think everybody should read it. It's just so good. I actually bookmarked a page. Should I read from it? Okay. Should I? Okay. Men in Blue. Police officers don't say freeze like they do in the movies. They just make you freeze in a fear cloaked in deep, dark dread. And they don't look menacing all the time. Some look like they might actually be a little gentle, a little on the kind side. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Okay, bad part to read. Like, the characters I feel like are fully flesh. I feel like all these people are actually people. I think this would make a pretty cool, like, movie or TV show. I can just imagine, like, the animation that could go with it, like, animation vibes, like, similar to Miss Marvel, I guess, or, I can't remember the other thing I was gonna say, or the book I was gonna say, but, yeah, this book is good. It was on my favorite section, going right back on there as soon as I finished filming this video. So yes, great book. Won't take you that long to read. I recommended this when I was in 8th grade as like a summer reading recommendation. Yeah, you should really read this. Great news about the same author, Kwame Alexander. I've been waiting for a book from him, but unfortunately his most recent books have been like more middle grade. But he announced a few weeks back that there was actually a TV show for the first book that he wrote. I think that was the third book that I read from him after Swing and Solo. The Crossover, which is also in verse. That's becoming a Disney Plus original TV show, and you know I'm going to be watching it. It also stars a person, like an actor, as the main character that I know. So I'm just so excited for that. Should I say I'll definitely... I hope to make a video for it. No promises, though. But yeah, this is Swing. You should read it. Also has lots of music things. Yeah, Kwame Alexander and Swing. In Swing and Solo, they have like music aspects, and I think that's what made me enjoy them that much more. Okay, the final book that I have to recommend you this evening is... Oh wait, Lions of Little Rock actually has "the" in front of it, so now it's not alphabetical. Sorry. Okay, anyway, the final book is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. The Poet X is actually a verse book as well, so as you may be able to tell by now, I really like verse books. Yeah. So I don't even remember this book that much. I read it, I think during the summer sometime, maybe. That's not good. I can't remember when I read it, but it stars a main African American girl named Zia Mora. I think she lives in Harlem. And it just goes through her life. She discovers spoken word and the art of like slam poetry, and just her words. They're so good. There's another book that I want to read by Elizabeth. Is that too informal? I'm sorry. Elizabeth Acevedo, Miss Elizabeth Acevedo, called Clap When You Land. Well, okay, that's actually a lie. I have no interest in reading it, but I've seen the cover. But I also, I'm not like, no, I don't want to read that book, gross. Like, I don't know. I just know that she has that book, and I've seen the cover, and I'm imagining it right now in my head. I'm sure you are, too. But yeah, those are all the recommendations that I have for you this evening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Before I log off, I made this video, and while I was making this video, the only thing I was thinking about is how many books that I read with little to no diversity. I mean, I don't read all... Okay, I'd say I read a lot of books that are written by non-BIPOC authors, and I think I'd like to change that. My sister got me for Christmas a book. Maybe I should have done a Christmas book haul, but I only got one book, so why would I do that? Anyway, I don't want to get it out right now. I guess I will. Called Babel by R.F. Kuang. This is a pretty popular book. It came out last year. Barnes & Noble Best Speculation Fiction of the Year. This is written by an Asian American author. So I may want to give this a try. Maybe starting this month sometime. Right now I'm in the midst of 2 book series, and those are the only books that I'm reading. I'm in the middle, not the middle, but I am reading the Grishaverse right now, and I'm reading the Michael Vase series as well. But I may just want to start a book written by a person of color. So yeah, another candidate is Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. I recently bought this book. It's so bendy, which is cool, but also not cool because like the cover is gonna do that. But I do want to read this. It's about, I think, an unnamed character living in America as a black man. So that entices me. Yeah, those are the only ones that come to mind right now. But also, I might as well just real quick. I got this from Barnes & Noble as well. It's like a little note-taking guide. It says Black History 365 sticky memo pads, and it has things you can annotate with, so I may start using these. I haven't used a single pad yet, but maybe this video inspired me to do so. But yeah, I don't want my memory card to run out because I feel like it's about to, and I'm really nervous about this. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and like this video if you liked it. Check out videos on the channel, please. That was such a weird way to say it, but yeah. Also, my most popular video thus far, outside of like Degrassi compilation videos, outside of shorts, is a video where I talk about Degrassi with my sister. Part 2 is coming next week. You're the first people to know. Spread the word. And yeah, okay, I will see you later. Thank you so much for watching. And happy Black History Month. Bye.